Hello, hello, hello. We are back.
What is up?
What is up? Welcome back to No1CareThat versus Scientology Vessel. Quick ChessZ's got to go to sleep. Thanks for the cast and have a good end of your evening. Hey, thank you, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Finally, Quix is gone. No.
That sounds. I thought Quix was a great presence in the chat.
Fantastic. I think he's tuned into your stream too. Shout outs to Quix.
Yeah, I think I've seen him before.
Cool. All right. Up next, B team. We got a ZVT, myself, versus a Terran player called Mawthu. So I can give some background here because of course, I did opposition research. He is like a 1300, maybe 1350 Terran. He has played many other games and always followed StarCraft, but never really got into it. But just recently, he started to pick it up. Motivated also by the CPL. So, yeah, we're gonna hop right in, and I'll host my game here. We did end up. See, you know what? I won't finish that sentence. I'll remind me to tell you something later.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't give enough shout outs to the CPL though, because I've been loving it so far.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a cool idea, awesome execution. Yeah, it's been super fun.
Yeah, for sure. Shout outs to Pisan. Shout outs to Snipe.
Absolutely.
Our coaches, Rogi, and we've got Zasagi, Seriosity, great guy. Of course, I'm biased because I'm on No1CareThat, but anyway.
Yeah, I can't offset that at all because I'm also on No1CareThat.
Yeah, and I would shout out to the coaches of Scientology Vessel, but no one cares about that. Oh. No, I'm playing. Okay, so here we are.
Game one, Fighting Spirit.
So I can tell you that this cast for me might be a little bit different, obviously, because I played this game. I'll just say, like, I struggle with common things in GVT. For example, bio pushes before mutas are out, or bio tank vessel stuff before my third's really established, or my hive tech is out. So I find hitting those timing windows very hard. I also find ZVT can be a very hard matchup, and I think sometimes it's a little more APM intensive for Zerg. When it gets to later stages, I'm worried about swarms and cloning Scourge on vessels and da-da-da. And yet, Hurry Phil thinks I'm making excuses. All I'm saying is, I thought deeply about this matchup for like a week and a half going into it,
Right.
and I got stomped on the ladder 10 times by Terrans all over in different ways, and so I was nervous going into this game. Actually, Sam, do you want to add to that? Thoughts on ZVT?
No, I mean, yeah, I saw that day you streamed it, the day you got stomped 10 times in a row, ZVT. But I think it's my worst matchup right now. I still love the matchup, like as a concept. But for me personally, it's definitely the hardest one. It's the most timing oriented. It's the most kind of strict matchup that I play recently. Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes down here. I know a little bit about what happened. I haven't actually watched the games yet, though, so I'll have a little bit more fresh perspective on it than obviously you who played through them.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, cool. Let's hop right in. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna switch my overlay back. There we go.
Yeah, Raphael, he just wants you to be impressed regardless of how it turns out. That's exactly what he's getting at.
Yeah. I got to give a shout out to anybody who's followed so far. There's been a few names. When I end the stream, I will give all you a shout out. I've got my list up. Shout outs also to Faustipu, who gave me something on Twitch called Bits, which I think translates to money, which I actually feel uncomfortable. Don't do that. You don't have, this is not like that. I mean, I appreciate it. I'm flattered. But maybe there's some way that we can, I don't know. I think it'd be cool if throughout all these streams, what if we created a prize pool or something? I don't know. I'd
love to give some money back to Pisan.
I want to give money to Pisan, 100%,
really
and Snipe. Yeah, for
he's putting
sure.
in a lot more work than either of us are, for sure.
Yeah, Pisan, link your PayPal, and you'll be good. So anyway, we started out with Mawthu saying, "Don't be nervous, I suck," and he says, "Oh, it's all good." Oh, Dark Matter gave me 50 bits. Oh, jeez.
Oh, Dark Matter.
Anyway, I'm being very mannered. I say we can practice in the future, and da-da-da. I'm going to do the math. Whatever bits that I get here, by the way, I'm PayPaling to Pisan and Snipe, so you might as well just give it to the Anyway, so, okay. Panda in the bottom right. That's my alias, actually. I know I'm ChessZ, but that's my main account. It goes by Panda. I use that in other games like Dota, so that's me in the bottom right. And then we have Mawthu in the bottom left. It's the purple Terran. So
Purple Terran. You know, purple's the color of royalty, and Terran is, Tasagi. They're on top, man.
yeah, right. We're gonna see a little bit more about some of Terran's strengths and weaknesses as we advance here. But I'm doing hatch first, so I did a 12 hatch. As you can see in the APM, we're both pretty good at spamming. So at least we're both, regardless of MMR, we both know how to get that 300 APM up here.
Box click those SCVs and drones all day long.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
No, see, I set my camera hotkey for my main and nat, and then I hit F2, F3, 2-3, 2-3, 2-3 like 70 times, and then I just feel good about that.
You can just hold down one hotkey and it'll just like spike your APM.
No, dude, I'm practicing my mechanics, bro.
I'm sure you are, yeah.
Edward says, I will give the streamer a cent for every hair on his head. Bro, oh my god.
No,
actually,
okay, so you've got a beard, which is part of your head, though.
Technically, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? This is hilarious. Like, they link my stream. Snipe links it in the announcements, but my old Twitch profile picture is still me before I started shaving my head, and I'm like, oh god, it's gonna be false advertising. They're gonna tune in and get some bald fucker on the stream.
Does anyone care if their StarCraft caster is bald or not?
No, I mean, Kaldor had a good career in Korea.
That's right.
Anyway, so moving on. I actually screwed up my Overlord scouting here a little bit, because I arced it to the natural and I didn't see him, and then I did end up seeing him. I touched his buildings here for just a second, and I had to get my OV a little bit away. So I did know...
Oh, yeah, I see that here.
I know now that he is in the bottom left, and he's aware that I'm here. I've got my 3-hatch Muta going on.
Do you ever do anything other than the 3-hatch Muta in your ZVTs?
I sometimes just switch lurkers. Also, I do Hydra.
Okay.
I do Hydra lurker when it starts with 1-1-1, and yeah, I like Muta play, and I felt confident with my Muta play in general. I had practiced this the most. That's why I chose it. 3-hatch lurkers not that different in terms of timings, gas, etc. Just you need to make some Hydras and get that research going while your lair is up, so then you can start lurkers right away. So I just like mutas. I don't know.
No, I feel the same way. I love the lair at the natural too, keeping the extra HP at the hatch that might actually need it.
Yep.
If he pushes in.
For sure.
It's just an extra, 150 HP that you can kind of float for a little bit while you're getting those extra lings out, trying to frantically defend against any kind of bio push.
Yeah, and he's playing pretty standard against me. He's got 2 racks, Academy, he's got his CC going, so he's going to try to float that down. And I was still freaking out a little bit, because I'm thinking, this is my match, this is it. And it's going to my head. And I have some experience playing for the Collegiate StarCraft League in SC2, but
That's right, I forgot about that. Oh man, that takes me back.
Yeah, which was fun. It was good times.
Yeah,
you played some matches too, right?
I did, yeah.
I think
one season, but yeah, I remember it being fun.
But it was so much fun to have those jitters back again a little bit here, because
that's right.
This 3-hatch Muta felt more nerve-wracking than other 3-hatch Muta builds for sure. So I'm hatching now my lair. I'm getting my Zergling speeded lair and then speed. He's doing pretty standard bio stuff. Stim. NG base coming, we're going to see +1 later. I was very nervous about this, so I actually sacked this Ovi, or I want to get a better peek at this Ovi. And so I do see he's building Academy and NG, so I know this is not a 1-1-1, nothing weird. I should expect bio to be coming at me, and so I was actually pretty happy about that.
Yeah, even maybe seeing that one guy on gas, which is a dead giveaway that it's not going to be any kind of factory-heavy kind of pushes coming out anytime soon.
Yeah, for sure. So I do remember thinking he had one guy in gas, and that must be some kind of gas transfer in his build. But yeah, so things are going good for me. My timings are not bad.
Doesn't know about it. It's you basically get some vultures out, some wraiths out, and then just kind of go full factory mech stuff after that. And between the vultures and the wraiths, it's just devastating to defend as Zerg.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
vultures get there before Zergling speed, the wraiths get there before mutas come out, and you're just kind of at the mercy of Terran for a while. And it's just so tough.
Yeah, it's like flashes of ZVP. I'm at the mercy of Corsair Zealots and stuff.
100%, yeah.
So he's doing a little bit of Ling hunting here. Which means out.
It's more or less successful there, too. Yeah, taking out quite a few Lings for maybe 1 or 2 Marines.
I reacted a moment late, and I was like, okay. But it did help me because I got a glimpse, and I said, okay, he's at... It really confirmed my suspicions that he was doing bio, and now you can see I've got my 9-hatch Muta. I executed 9 at once here, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's always the greatest feeling when you can make those. So the whole point of the 3-hatch Muta is to get 3 larvae at each hatch and 900 minerals gas right when the spire pops, so that you can make a full 9 Mutas all at once and just go fly them over there and see what you can do.
Yep.
And it's so great to see them all pop out at the same time.
I think I had
20% of my games.
Yeah.
But
so I had 8 simultaneous and 1 extra here. And so now I'm doing a couple SCV picks here. I actually missed microed. And I got a little bit tilted here because I A-clicked and screwed up my mutas a little bit.
Yes.
So I lost 1.
Click.
But
you're still at 8.
The other thing I learned sort of for watching some pros and looking at timings was starting that 3rd as soon as possible. Like, I sent it out while my mutas are building because they're going to give me map control. I need to start this 3rd up. So I've got my 3rd going.
Ideally that drone is ready to put down the 3rd as soon as you make those 9 mutas, and then the next 300 gas or 300 minerals you make goes
to those.
Hatchery.
Yeah. So I'm actually feeling good here until I move my mutas in. But I'm like, you know what? I could probably pick off some turrets here.
That's right. We'll muta micro there. Oh, we got 1 muta down to a 14 health. Stimming up to try to catch him. Oh, but the stim. Oh man.
The stim, and then I was a little bit like I was bugging out, man. I don't want to lose track of other stuff. And then I revealed my Scouty boy, the guy that
Scouty boy. He lived a long time. He went all the way into the base and all the way back out until he died.
So anyway, I'm trying to focus on the big picture here. I've got my lurkers making. I've got a queen nest going, and my hive just started. So
perfect.
This is pretty good. 8 minutes ish. My 3rd's up, and I'm making drones up there. So I'm generally pretty happy where I'm at.
No big mech switch from Terran coming in. It looks like he's pretty much committed to the bunker or the barracks rather bio stuff.
Yep. At least for the time being, he's probably gonna want to think towards vessels. I mean, does he have factory yet? I don't see a factory, do you?
I thought I did, but no, I don't, actually, now that I'm looking.
I would think factory would be pretty standard by now. You're going to want vessels soon against mutas. Hopefully
especially against
around
mutas,
now.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of miscontrol here.
Stim on those mutas, yeah.
So here's where I'm like, actually, I got to respect this guy. Like, this is kind of scary bio, but I knew where his bio was. So then I moved 2 control groups of Lings sort of up here a little bit. And,
yeah, it looks like setting up for a surround. You've got at least a control group down by your natural too.
Yep.
Pushing those all of them in at once, which it looks like is about to happen.
Oh
man.
The run by. So I saw him moving to me, and I do a sick run by going in here.
Oh no, with 2 control groups of Lings going in.
I immediately just moved all of his corner, and I started splitting them. So I'm going to his main. He's actually paralyzed. He's not sure what to do at the front. I have some Lings controlling my ramp and actually holding that bio back, while my other Lings are just destroying the mineral line and every SCV. This sucks so bad for Terran. Like, he can't push into me. I got lurkers at the front, and I got Lings just shrekking his base. He lifts his main CC.
Oh no!
He lifts his main up. Yeah. So that was actually a really successful run by. Pretty good.
Well, and for all the offensive damage that it did, the other half of it is that it delayed his push. He was getting ready to push you, with all of his bio as one big group.
Yep. So you can tell that Mawthu,
right.
Mawthu's a good sport.
Yeah.
He's definitely a good sport that he says, so he knows what's coming. I got Ling Lurker coming out, and I'm happy as a clam right now in Zergland.
Oh, absolutely. You got your 3rd up and running. You got that gas ready to get mined here.
Yep. So some lurkers burrowing. He has a good time scan. I can tell he's got his thing hotkeyed, but then my Lings just kind of come in.
Yeah, rough for the Terran friend here.
So I'm super pleased. I'm like, I feel like I have this game in the bag, but I don't want to do anything too crazy. So now I'm doing lurkers right down his face here. More lings coming in. A good scan. And he's trying to target the lurkers. Lings are in, and this is bad for Terran. This is no good for Terran, actually.
It's tough, yeah. As Terran, you can't really do the Zerg approach of like, I'm just going to make a bunch of stuff all at once and try to defend this kind of as it comes. You know, you've got your set number of factories, your set number of barracks to make stuff out of. It looks like he's got enough to hold you from getting into his main, but you're on 3 base, he's on 1. It's looking real bad for the Terran friend here. He's scanning you out, trying to see if you're actually pushing in.
Yep.
Yeah. And
now
you're
I'm
on Hive.
Yeah.
You know, once you get Hive going, it's definitely favored in Zerg's direction.
So I'm just doing my checking here of anything funny going on.
Of the top left, yeah, absolutely.
Nothing funny going on, and you're right. I've got my Hive Tech going, so Consume's about to finish. Ultraden's making. I also have an Evo Chamber. Gonna start my +1, and my Nidus is making to connect my 3rd over here, which has been pretty well defended. I never saw him come up here, and I've got my lurkers here, so this is...
I know he doesn't even know that you're up there. He's not actually even sent anything up in that base. He did scout the, 3 o'clock, but yeah, never looked where you're at.
Yeah. So in my mind, I'm just thinking, just don't throw. Just don't throw.
Absolutely.
And please understand that none of this is meant to be sort of, against Mawthu or any of his ability. But I was concerned that he was going to actually hurt me like really bad with his bio push, and my Ling run by timing was just so fortunate for me. So
all it takes is 1 drop, or two drops in your main maybe, and taking out all your critical tech. You've got it all in a row, like, towards his base. If he comes through, takes out that Spire, that spawning pool, that Hydra Den, that Queen's Nest, the Defiler,
it could be bad.
The Ultra Den, you're in real trouble, and he can just push in and kill you.
So now I'm moving in. I've got Consume. I've got some swarms coming, dropping a swarm right on his Reens, and I've got a lurker there behind it. So there's 1 swarm. There's swarm 2,
going down.
And I think
ramp, and it's GG. Yeah, there we go.
Then a swarm up there. So this is tough. There's the GG from Mawthu. Good game, game 1.
Excellent game. Yeah, well played, man.
Thanks, dude. Thanks. I got those jitters out. You know what I mean? I got the jitters out, and that's.
And now you're feeling good, right? Going into game 2.
Yep, that was pretty good. So. Shout out to Mawthu. He's definitely a solid Terran. I mean, he executed his build good. I was thinking I'm gonna have to make Scourge for Vessel, so I think maybe he just a little got caught up as far as scaling up his tech once the Mutaharass hit him, and he was a little pulled thin, and like that APM as a resource against the Mutaharass, and that happens to me all the time. Something goes wrong in my game plan, and then suddenly my game plan is gone. Just I forgot my next steps,
Absolutely, yeah. ZVP is my worst situation for that, because all it takes is 1 DT drop, 1 set of Corsairs that I wasn't expecting, and yeah, it's like the whole build goes out the window. I just have to defend this thing, and it's impossibly difficult sometimes.
Yeah. So that was game 1. I'm gonna update our score here. ChessZ 1 up on Mawthu.
Shout out to Mawthu, though, for sure, though. I love the, uh-oh, in all caps after the big run back.
I'll tell you.
That's the perfect response. That's the good vibes and good games idea, is just, uh-oh, this is going to be rough.
Yeah.
And just kind of rolling with it.
And I have to give him a shout out. I'll just tell you that we chatted a bit after our games. We were messaging each other, and he seems like a really good guy. I said, yo, let's practice sometime down the line. So... Anyway, doing pretty good. We've had quite a lot of follows recently. Art of Turtle, Gorgonoth, Crew Munch, Edward Anus Hands.
That's awesome.
That's pretty hilarious. Okay, thank you. Ready for game 2, Sam?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, that was good fun. I was pretty happy about that. Okay, lobby's up.
Edward Anus Hands. I can't get over that. That's so great. The image it conjures up in your mind is just so awful.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so now we're in on Aztec. You know, the one thing I found practicing ZVT on this map is that main has such a wide area that makes mutas pretty good. So going, like, you know, places to swoop around, like turret coverage, you need a few extra to cover the edges. So I was confident I was going to go 3-hatch muta again. And, you know, I took that first game, so I got it out of my system. I thought about maybe I should do something like a lurker attack or open pool first, but I was going to just rely on my bread and butter, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Lurkers could be good with, you know, kind of like we saw last game with the main being down the ramp from the natural, putting those lurkers at the top of the ramp could be cool. But we also saw last game some drops that were really successful, even in, or not last game, last matchup in the PvP. With the drops, you know, even with the cannons in the main, it wasn't quite enough to stop some of those drops. And yeah, I agree. Mutas are probably going to be your best bet here.
Yeah, we got Seriosity in the chat. I want to say shout out to Seriosity. He is our coach on our team.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, that's true, bro. Actually, a good guy.
100%.
And very knowledgeable and really skilled at Brood War. So I'm glad that you're here. You know, you totally can critique this play. I mean, you're my freaking coach, bro. Like, let's
it's your
hear
job
it.
To critique this play. That's
shred
right.
me, bro. Anyway, are you good to go, Sam?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Good time so far on the stream, for sure.
Yeah, I'm loving this. I would love to do this after every matchup here.
Yep. All right, so we've got Mawthu at the 12 o'clock, and we've got me, ChessZ, aka Panda, at the 5 o'clock in the Orange Zerg. So, felt good, but right away my Ovi's heading to the wrong base. I'm going to the 8 o'clock here.
Yes, the tragedy of the Ovi here. Is there an ideal direction to send the Ovi on Aztec here? I know Fighting Spirit, we go clockwise.
Actually,
Breakers, you go up and down.
Yeah, I think in the 5 o'clock it probably makes more sense for me to not go across the map. It would make more sense to me to go up to like
shorter distance,
the 1 o'clock where his natural is instead of across. But I give him the GLHF. He gives me the good luck.
I'm telling you, good vibes and good games, they go hand in hand. It's a great situation.
Yep. I was a little bummed because I couldn't do the larva trick, which you can do when you're in the 8 o'clock and the 12 o'clock.
Yeah, again, just like the return minerals thing, it's like one of those things that once you know that it's possible, especially since it only happens.
Oh, he says careful this game. I said, oh yeah, might get crazy.
Might get crazy.
All right. So you can see, I'm thinking, okay, what are some Terran cheeses? Proxy Racks, Barracks Supply, 111. I immediately send a drone scout. Actually, earlier than I usually do.
I love that. Yeah, as soon as might get crazy, the drone goes out. Like, what's going on here?
Like, what the heck? Yep.
I'm not sure I would have warned you about the might get crazy. I might have just kept that to myself and gone crazy solo in my base there.
And I saw us crossing, and I know that like that must be a scout SCV. He wouldn't. I mean, proxy barracks would probably happen somewhere in the middle, and I didn't see him building things, and so I'm like, what the heck?
He wouldn't have shown you that SCV if it was.
If he was trying to hide something. So, I get to his base. I'm moving up. I proceed with hatch first anyway. I'm thinking I'm going to ride or die. I'm going to hold it. But I get to his base and see basically normal stuff. I actually was a little bit like, huh? Well, maybe a little bit. Instead of like 1 racks into CC, he goes gas next. But that's not crazy. Not crazy.
It's a little different, but yeah, nothing crazy.
You know, it's not the most economical, but now I'm on hyper alert. Actually, I'm going to resend my 8 o'clock OV upward. And actually, I was super paranoid because I lost track of his SCV on my ramp here a little bit. He's like out of my vision right now. If you turn off Mawthu or my vision, and then I send my 3rd OV down, or my 2nd OV down, I'm like, okay, there's the scout. So I'm just trying to.
Not sure what exactly that does. You know, it's not stopping any kind of drone transfers. I guess it shows him.
Yeah.
If you send out some links.
Oh shit! Oh shit! It's Mawthu in the chat. Oh man, the man himself.
Mawthu, what's up,
He comes
Mawthu?
in. What up, dude? This might get crazy. It's getting crazy,
It's
bro.
getting crazy. Yeah, we're going crazy
Yeah.
here.
Oh, in the mineral line.
Oh,
Oh, drone fight, a slap
can he get
fight.
it out?
Oh,
Can he
but
get-
I get it. Oh, but shit. Oh, he's getting it.
we got
Get
10.
it down. Oh.
Oh, no! Oh, he loses the SCV.
Oh, it's crazy already, man. It's crazy out here. So here's where it gets a little bit crazy. He's going factory next and without a CC.
Okay.
So
To me, this looks like a 1-1-1 build. Obviously, you know exactly where he's headed because you played this game. I have not seen it
Yep.
yet. When I see that one barracks, one fac, I expect a starport after that, and to see some vultures into some wraiths or something like that.
yeah, so I make a creep colony just to be super safe in case a vulture comes out. Like I'd be thinking a vulture would be here in 30 seconds ish or sooner, maybe if he was really prioritizing it. So I want to at least get something out there that helps my SimCity. But otherwise, I'm advancing forward with 3-hatch Muta. My 100 gas went to lair. I've got my other hatches in the main, and now I have my lings out. So,
We do have a starport going down here from Mawthu.
yeah, in fact, 2 starports.
Oh,
so
a second starport goes
this
down.
is
Oh,
the
man.
craziness,
All
actually.
right, this is the craziness. Yeah,
2
nothing
ports.
being produced out of the factory. He's just going straight wraith.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see this here in a second. His plan here with these starports. But I moved my lings up here, and I saw those reens there, which is another big signal that he's hiding
Tell of
something.
the 1-1-1 or something,
Yep.
something crazy. And I mean, to be fair, he did straight up tell you that he was doing something crazy.
He did straight up tell me. So that's a little bit
It's just
funny.
what brand of crazy?
So I sacked my Ovi actually, moving him in here, trying to figure out what the
Excellent call,
heck's
yeah.
going on. So I see an armory building, and I'm like, huh.
Doesn't tell you much, yeah.
Well, it says at least not bio, and also no NG bay. I didn't see obvious NG stuff here, but I didn't want to lose him, so I sent him back around. I know something's really fishy, and I'm actually getting a little paranoid because I don't know exactly what it is.
You get the Hydroden going up, you get the second creep colony going up with that first
Yep.
sunk.
So
Yeah, it's,
actually, armory. I was thinking 1-on-1 and vultures, so I make hydras here, but that's also great against wraiths, and that's a good way to defend yourself from wraiths, hydras. So hydra's a good answer here whenever it's not a standard bio kind of thing. But I'm also a little paranoid. I got another creep colony going up, and I actually am not sure what's going on. I'm gonna return to Mawthu's vision.
You actually haven't seen anything of. You see the barracks floating now, which again is not really a tell of anything except for I'm not using by.
Yeah.
You already knew with the armory.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know if it's mass tank,
Yeah.
vulture, mech, Goliath stuff, or if it's
And
wraith.
it's
It
2-port
looks like it's
wraith.
definitely wraith.
2-port wraith with cloak. His cloak's actually
Yep.
about to
Oh,
finish.
it's almost done. Oh, this is gonna be rough.
And then, but see, he kind of gives it away. I see him shooting my Ovi here.
Ah, yeah, with 2 wraiths.
And
yeah.
I'm like, that's weird. So I make 2 creep colonies in my main. I've got 2 there.
Your
and
spire
then
is almost done.
immediately evolution chamber. So
Yep.
and 2 more Ovis. So those are actually the Ovis for my spire. That was actually fortuitous that they came out because I'm doing 3-hatch Muta. I made some Ovis, but
Sure.
now I get the Evo going and 7 Mutas. Another Ovi coming out, and his
even
wraiths are
Muta's
coming in.
Wraith micro is not easy. Wraiths are very deceivingly fast,
Yeah.
and they can turn really quick. I've lost 2 wraiths even with doing a 3-hatch muta, getting my 9 mutas
Yep.
out. And then just the wraiths are just sometimes better, and then you add in that
For
cloak
sure.
thing too. It
So
can be really, really scary.
So two spores making now, and my mutas are here to sort of bully, and he's just on the edge. I can see it. And there's an Ovi in the hat. I can see him.
Oh man, and the
Oh,
spores give me
and
vision
the
too.
spores
oh,
give me vision.
Oh, it goes down.
And I
oh man,
sniped the
that's
race.
gotta be rough.
Here's his next pair.
2. Yep.
Another pair coming in. Mutas are chasing. I'm thinking, God, now I can't see him. So I grab that Ovi that's right there, kind of near the net.
Yeah, I see him moving.
He's trying to get this drone, and I'm thinking, like, well, I'll go build something with the drone.
Vision. Oh man.
So now I'm like, okay, I know what your plan is. Probably your front's a little bit weak, maybe. I'll send my lings
Like
back
this
in.
ling. Yep. And that's how you won that first game too, is with a ling counter.
Yep. And I see this, I'm like, okay, where's your stuff? You got stuff at home?
Yeah, no barracks or anything. I think these 3 Marines are gonna be able, especially with the wraiths there, they'll be able to take
now
out
they
those
clean
no
up.
problem.
But I'm coming in also with the mutas.
The mutas are coming in.
He's out of cloak
before they can cloak.
Yep. So this is
man, and no turrets or anything. Hoping on the wraiths to kind of defer the mutas.
Yeah. So this is when I thought
going down now. But yeah. Oh man, the SCV damage here is just unbearable. Oh, that hurts.
It's a lot of damage here, and I'm thinking now I am very far ahead. This is good for me.
Yeah, down to 19, 18 supply.
He's switching into desperate anti-air, so he's get a Valk coming. He's got a Goliath making, thinking I have to kill these mutas. I've got to kill him.
One Valkyrie is just not enough for the. We have just 6 mutas here still, but
yeah. It's Muta heaven right now for me. I'm just
it really is
bouncing around, killing stuff. This was a little bit, took some damage here, so I start microing away from that turret, and then I micro over to the Nat, and I'm like, oh, sort of some more pickings here. I heard the cloak sound on me, but I just didn't even care. I was like, I'm just killing SCVs and rallying some more.
Too crazy even for me.
Even for Mawthu.
I love that. Mawthu, GG.
What a bro.
Yeah, that was excellent.
GG, well played. GG, well played.
You gotta love the good manner Brood War games.
Good manner. Yep. Mawthu leaves the game. So, a pretty straightforward 2-0 for me. Not to take anything from Mawthu, but I would say that telling me you're going to do something crazy put on some serious alarm bells for me. So that was, you know, we're having a fun league. I immediately drone scouted and I was on hyper aware, hyper alert. So that was just, you know, to 2-port Wraith, if I've got an OV or a Spore in the right place, my mutas are there anyway, and then it's difficult. You've got to kind of master your control. Maybe if there was something where his 4 Wraiths together were there and shoot down a Spore real quick or something, but
especially if it was hidden. Yeah, unveiling it on that Overlord early on kind of gave you the opportunity to get those spores up, and I'm not sure you would have gone Spore if you didn't know that it was Wraith, because up until that point you didn't know that there was 2 gates, you didn't know that, or Stargates, you didn't know that there was even Wraiths on the map.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the element of surprise on that build specifically is
critical,
very valuable. Yeah, yeah, because I've lost to that exact strategy before, even with the
it's a classic cheese,
even getting the mutas out. Yeah, it's tough. Wraiths are good.
It's a classic cheese for sure. So that makes it 1-1. No1CareThat versus Scientology Vessel, and
man, it is heating up in here.
It's heating up. It's funny actually. Well, it's actually a bummer because I have to tell you that the next 2 series we're going to add scores because we don't actually have games to account for.
Yeah.
I mean replays for them. So that's kind of a
one was
little bit of a bummer.
And one was a where we don't have the replays, right?
Yeah. So I'm looking at our results here again, and that was Durkovic versus Valar. This was originally Insomniac versus Valar, but he wasn't on time, so we threw Durkovic in there, who went 1-2 against another Zerg, Valar. That was a ZVZ. And so that's actually a win for Scientology Vessel. And we're going to put in a 2-1 for Scientology Vessel right now. And just for official VOD's sake, we'll say Durkovic 1-2 versus Valar. Whoop.
Wait, isn't that backwards?
No, Durkovic.
Valar won, right?
Yeah, Durkovic 1-2 versus Valar's 2.
I see what you're saying.
The series.
Yeah, 1 ONE, not WON. I got it.
Right. He won. Yeah, Valar won. Valar
WON.
won the game. Right. So that's 1-2. GG's between Dirk and Valar. If you find those replays or track them down, he said that he's now on a different computer, so he can't get to his autosave folder. I'd be happy to cast them and do a one-off just for archival purposes. But that was good. And then we have another one that was actually a walkover. Here's where we can talk shit about Scientology Vessel
Oh yeah,
Bro, Ayatsuri versus Kamikaze was a walkover.
the aptly named Kamikaze. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually kamikazed your team a little bit there, so that's not good. I'm typing this out for our VOD purposes here. That would be a 2-0 walkover versus Kamikaze. So that, wait, did I add? I added Villar, so now that makes the series score 2-2.
So we're still tied, and just not 1-1. It's
We're
2-2.
still tied. Yep. So the B team match is tied. Actually, we're gonna rely on our A teamers here to take over. So the B team traded 2-2. GG's. Shout out to Mawthu. He says he's at work. GG's. Hey, appreciate it, bro. That's cool. And now we're gonna head towards A team games, and we're gonna start with our Zerg compatriot Debaser.